Unbelievable.
Focus mirror. Yes!
Go on, guys.
Yeah! Come on, Tommy.
Welcome to Poland. The weeks leading up to this trip, as you can imagine, have been very excited. But now we're finally here. It's become a reality. Wanted to catch a 20 kilo fish. I'm not quite there yet. This one's 18.2. But very happy. Lovely hard fighting mirror. We've had a few fish. I've got a lot of water at the top end of the lake. I'm fishing peg one and just trying to find spots between the weed. Nice clear areas, lots of boilie, and yeah, so far so good. Hopefully many more, and our 20 kilo fish will come soon.
Right, here we are. It's actually not even 24 hours of our first session on the Goslawice Lake in Poland. And yes, this is another fish, another lovely looking carp. I've actually had a couple of them during the night, which was a couple of commons. And this is the mirror, actually zip line, I will say. Another lovely one. Hasn't been expecting, to be honest, any take during the day, but yeah, here we are. UK team Trakker to Poland. It will be absolutely stunning and amazing, and it starts to begin.
I'm going 41 pounds.
Hey!
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Okay, so we are the first afternoon. After getting here yesterday, we've
all had a much needed kip.
See you on the other side.
We've done the draw and now we're all settled in our swims. I've ended up in a swim at the top end, which is on the back of the wind at the moment, so unfortunately I haven't got lots of fish in front of me. They seem to be down in front of Matt and John, but in saying that, every single person has caught but me. I've got to pull my finger out and see if I can make something happen. I haven't touched the rods. I've redone one up the left hand side just because it was caught in some weed. The rest of them I've left. I don't see the point in moving them at the moment. I just haven't got fish in front of me. I'd be going out there, picking them up, putting them back down, and coming back in again. So I'm going to leave them where they are, and hopefully some fish will move on to me tonight. But it's been great seeing the boys catch them. We've had a nice little social for Jerry this afternoon, and now I'm going to sit back and just hope tonight's my night.
Hey! Gentlemen, thank you.
Okay, so here we are, Sunday afternoon. It's been a fantastic start. We had plenty of action all over the lake really, but predominantly, other than Ben, down this half. Now what we've got at the moment, and hopefully it's going to continue, is the wind is absolutely piling down into this corner to my left. When we arrived yesterday, it was virtually the same, to be honest, a bit stronger than it is today. And I was kind of hopeful that I was either going to get like somewhere down the bottom bank or this kind of corner, and thankfully it happened. I mean, earlier on there was big waves crashing in, these fish all over the place between myself and Matt. You know, they're jumping out near the spots, between the spots, and you know, there's plenty of activity. So yeah, just wait and see what happens. Long may the wind continue.
Alright, first thing I see after Mehmet Drive, straight from like the Medina, is my good old mate Matt with a great fish. So tell us how we've caught it, Matt.
Oh, it's the second fish of the session, absolutely made up with it. Boated out to a gap between two reed beds, probably around 100 metres. Dropped it in there, scattering of bait, and actually I can reach it just about with a throwing stick, so been peppering some bait around as well, get them moving around, and here we go. Second bite, 40 pounds, 7 ounces, around 18.5 kilos, so really happy with this.
24 hours into the session and
yeah,
it's already kicking out, so it looks good.
Absolutely
good job.
incredible. So welcome to Poland.
Really good.
First time for me fishing out of a boat. It's been a really good experience the first day. I came with an idea of fishing 2 baited areas. One of my baited areas I was going to concentrate on nuts, so I brought quite a bit of peanut with me, some chopped peanut, some whole peanut. I've been cooking those up on the bank, boiling them up till they're soft, allowing them to cool, mixing them with a few other liquids, a bit of tiger nut liquid in there as well. And then the other spot, go with a dedicated boilie spot. The lake sees a lot of boilie, so I bought a good arrangement of boilie, a few different sizes from 8mm all the way up to 22, because being a match angler I have that thing for smaller baits. I'm not a big boilie fan. So I've done a couple of spots with a boilie. One rattled off last night. Had my first fish, 26.5, so first Polish fish and first fish landed on a boat. So yeah, really good, really enjoying my time here at the moment.
Possibly the shortest lived big fish trophy in history. Kicked it off with a 26-pound 1 ouncer. But before I knew it, Mr. Bridger had already surpassed it, so.
Well done on yours.
Thank you.
35.6. I believe this is mine.
Excellent work. But I believe someone else took it off you, didn't they?
Yeah. No, here he is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Congratulations.
I've got a feeling this is going to be moving around a bit this week.
I've got the feeling same, but I've actually heard another noise of my alarm, so I have to leave. You know, there is another 50-pounder.
Well done, Thomas, venue expert.
Oh, give me that.
Lovely cake though, mate.
Ooh, thank you. Actually, last year, when I've watched it, one of the social, which the team did in France, I thought about it. That's a nice trophy. Probably is just first day, maybe 24 hours of our fishing, and this trophy will move around the lake for sure. But yeah, I'm happy, well happy about to have it, even for a few hours. So wish the luck for the rest of the guys. Hey.
36.5 pound of hard fighting Goslawice mirror carp. First one from the swim down my margin. Hopefully the first of many.
£36 4 ounce common. New Polish PB. Second fish I've ever landed from a boat. Went into a little weed bed, but we managed to get her in, and look at that. Fantastic.
I'm absolutely over the moon with this. It feels and looks a lot bigger than what it is, but I'm made up. It's a really good looking fish and a cracking way to start. And we're only the second evening, sorry. So hopefully there's plenty more like this to come. Let's get it back to its watery home and see if we can catch its grandfather.
sort of towards the end of the storm. We've had a 36-pound mirror, very hard fighting Goslawice carp beauty. Visiting a new fishery for the first time, such as Goslawice, it's key to, if possible, put yourself on the fish, have a look around, find the fish. This is going to make it so much easier to catch. Your success rate will improve massively if you can put yourself immediately on the fish. If, however, like us, we have done a draw, then you are going to have to look for fish holding features within the swim, such as woodwork, weed, and even variations in depth. The fish will naturally want to congregate around the weed and around the structure, and as they patrol the lake, they will follow the contours of the lake bed. So these are key features to find. Once you've found these features, or even if you cannot find these features, then you can perhaps create a feature of your own by baiting, and choosing a high quality fish meal is a first choice for myself, and introducing a couple of kilo, maybe even up to 5 kilo, and spread it over a good area. This will give the fish something to home in on. As they patrol around, as they move around, they will find this good quality food and they will soon want to eat. And yeah, it's only a matter of time, particularly on a long session like this, where you feel the action will be coming.
So what a crazy morning at Goslawice. I was just having a bit of sleep, having not had much sleep last night, getting battered by the wind and rain. Off the rod's gone. I've gone out there, it's like being in the North Sea, pulled everywhere, but it was worth it. Just over 31 pounds. They've been incredible Polish mirror carp, and best get the rod back out there.
There we go. Massively pleased with this one. Biggest one for the trip for me so far. Monday afternoon. The weather has picked up considerably in terms of strength. The wind's absolutely battering into this corner. Just got the rods back out at maybe, I don't know, 10, 11 o'clock, and the fish started showing over the middle one straight away. And me and Jan were sat in the bivvy, and it was only a matter of time before it went. So yeah, awesome, really slow bite, so I knew it was a better fish. 39 pounds on the button.
One of the hardest fighting fish I've ever had. Boating out to it, wind in my face, literally I was on a tight line, not even having to wind. It must have ploughed 50, 60 yards further past my spot. Absolutely incredible. Must be on steroids, these fish. As you can see, John Boy's into one, so definitely think we've got big bulk of fish heading down this way now on this big wind. So let's get this one out.
So here we are again, and I've got another carp, which is lovely. It's not big, but it's like rounded.
I will quickly show you this one, and I will need to put the four rods back out because it was so windy. We're soaking wet as well, actually quite cold right now. As you can see, I've got the bubble hat on me. So yes, I will show you this one, and I'm heading to Adam because Adam actually took my trophy off me today. So yeah, he deserved to go there. So let's have a look quickly on the fish, and then oh yes, that's the one. Lovely. It's like a little chunk, you know. It's quite heavy. Lovely fish.
Thomas, how are we?
It hasn't been, yeah, good, thank you. You?
Good, I'm very well. So you're carrying my trophy?
It hasn't been so long on my hand.
No, it hasn't. I'm so sorry about that.
But I'm so happy you had that fish, and yeah, well,
it's nice.
Well
They're
done.
getting bigger. They're getting
you
bigger.
You deserve it. But
you.
I'm pretty sure that it's gonna be back very soon.
What, with you?
To me, yeah.
Maybe, or I might get bigger. We'll see. No, I'm very pleased with that. Thank you very much. Although I'm sure, like you say, it's not going to stay in the hands too long. I don't mind who wins this, as long as it's not John. No, as long as it's not John, I'm happy. Anyone else?
I wasn't here when he said that.
No. Thank you very much. Good luck.
Congratulations.
Catch some more.
And see you.
See you later on.
Bye bye.
Bye, mate. Okay, so after that lovely 48-pounder last night, I've spent the day abusing John Boy here after he ripped me yesterday to not catch anything.
I think we've been abusing each other, really, haven't we?
We've been abusing each other, and I thought, well, at least I'm going to get the trophy today, and I'm going to show off all day and all night. Get the phone call. I was just going down for a shower, and he's got an absolute monster in here, and it's definitely bigger than 48.
It does look like a sizable carp. After Reader's hammered me for the last 2 days about being past his corner, catching 20s and 30s,
I was praying that was going to carry on.
we've got something in here that looks quite a little bit bigger.
You never know, it might be hollow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, it's not a chance now. It's between 53.8 and 53.10. 53.10, yeah? Yeah, we'll say that. There we go. Monday afternoon. The wind has really picked up now. We've got this absolutely incredible Goslawice 50. 53 pound 10 ounce, which after a runner 20s and 30 was a bit unexpected, to be honest, but it popped up at the side of the boat and it was just like a submarine. I'm absolutely over the moon with this one. Thank you very, very much. Wow.
Rain stopped, wind's dropped a little bit, so that's hopefully going to let me get back out, drop the rods, and let's see if we can get another one before dark. Made up last 3 fish today. It's been absolutely brilliant for a Monday. Barton is there's possibly some more to come, so we'll get him back, we'll get rods back out.
So another one, 27.9, just before dark, and it's the spot down the edge that's doing it. The wind's been hacking down there for at least the last 24 hours. It's been savage today. You won't believe it now, it's really calming the way it's gone, and really happy. Absolutely beautiful fish. And I know you've been having a good session, Mr. Walker.
Well, we've both had a good day today, haven't we? I think we've had, what, 7 fish between us, fishing down towards the same corner.
Yeah.
Like you said, the wind's been absolutely smashing in down here today. It's breezy now, and this is incredibly calm. I mean, one of the things on these big waters, if the wind's howling into a bank or a corner, that's always a really good place to start in our experience, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's where they're going to be. It really moves them about when you've got a bit of water in front of you.
And the beauty of this one, played it in from the bank.
A rare bankside landing.
Lovely not to have to go on the boat if you don't have to. And yeah, that's absolutely
mega
made
day,
up.
mate. Really good.
What a fish.
Yeah, indeed. He's still showing now as well. So.
Yeah, I think we'll have a couple more.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed. It's only Monday. Awesome.
George, you're in. You're in. You're in. So, back again.
So where did we leave off?
Well, we'd only just finished the last bit with the last fish, and Matt, you're in. And the rod was arced over, weren't it?
Yeah, middle rod folded.
So, it was out to the spot about 100 metres out, next to a weed bed, and again, it's just a fight. It was
unreal.
I've never felt anything like it. The power that these fish have got.
Combination of they're really fit, and it's shallow water as well, and you've got like 4 to 5 foot out in front of you, and you've got nowhere to go other than off.
Just beautiful fish, and
stunning.
Real privilege to catch them. So we'll get the rod back out, and we get a few more.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm using. Little spinner rig, quarter curve hooks, size 4, a little mainline cell pop up. I've had soaking in Baileys for about 6 years, and I think they're just starting to come into their own. And what I've got is nice long 30cm booms on, so it's quite critical. The pop up sits on the boom and seems to be doing the trick. So let's get it out, see if we can get another.
Watch out, the Czech. Come on.
How are you doing?
Obviously,
Yeah.
I know you were holding the trophy.
Yes.
And obviously I had that £53 10 ounce mirror this afternoon.
Yeah.
Which means, I believe,
That's now mine.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, I know you had a bit of trouble with your bike and the chain snapped.
Right.
So you couldn't ride around and give it to me. So I thought, obviously, being the nice guy that I am,
Come collect him.
I'll come round and collect it. You know, because you know, we're friends and that. I thought I'll save his legs. Because I know you were going to walk round, but
If I'm
I'll
honest,
save you.
it's because I'm so confident that I'm probably going to have it back by the early hours that I thought I might as well just keep hold of it.
Oh, Adam, that's not sportsmanlike, is it?
Alright,
come on. Hand it over, son. I know it's painful, but it's rightfully mine. Thank you. Come on, Reed.
It's like getting punched in the guts.
Wow.
Enjoy it.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
That's been handed round
That's
a bit now, isn't it?
Sorry, Ads. Bad luck, son.
Well done.
Maybe you'll win it back later.
Well done all the same. It was a
Cheers,
nice
mate.
fish.
Thank you very much.
That's alright.
It was fantastic sharing it with you as well, you know, when you came round and obviously gillied for me. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I really appreciated it.
I wanted to do that. It was better than just getting abuse on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But I'm going to come round and face it man to man.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Get out my bivvy.
It's not even your bivvy. Oh no, it is. See you later, Ads.
See you!
Nice to see you, John.
Bye, John.
Whoa, yeah! My dream came true. Just have a look at that. I'm speechless right now, so just have a look on that lovely 53-pounder common, which came as my new PB of common as well in Poland. I'm just chuffed, but let's, come on John, come on, do some session with me as well.
Unbelievable, mate, what a fish. I just can't get over how long it is. It's unreal, and we've been talking about it, and obviously you broke your PB common like
second time.
Yeah, second time in 2 days.
Right, I need to
Incredible.
put that fish back because it's well heavy. Well, yes!
Get in.
Yes! Right, Thomas. Guy.
Good work.
I'm sorry guys for taking over your video.
You are most welcome.
I've got to put you off my tax.
I know you do.
I'm joking. Thank you.
Well done, mate. Mega that.
Thank you.
What
Thank you guys.
Come on, I'm not missing out. One more.
Oh, John. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh yes. Amazing feeling. But you know what? Let's go for another one.
Come on, Bones! Like 5.5 pounds, that's about what I've got now.
Is it?
Yeah, just drop that up a bit. Whoa! That's over, Bones!
It's what?
That is over.
Come on,
£60.8.
£60, I don't care for 2 ounces. Fucking multi-fish game, boys.
Sorry, £60 what?
8 ounces.
And
you
you
caught it.
need to be sure about one thing. This is the one fish of the lake, which everyone wants that. Everyone wants to chase that fish. This is just one, and you will see it in a minute.
Research.
Oh God, I'm absolutely buzzing.
Have we weighed it?
£60.8.
Oh, dude.
It's Mulca's fish.
Is it?
The scaly one.
Scaly one?
Yeah.
Mega.
Absolutely buzzing.
In the sling?
She's at the set down there waiting for a picture.
Let's have a look then.
Mate, it's unreal. Absolutely unreal. She's amazing.
Love that big scale.
Oh, hello.
Roll it, man.
Gently.
Roll it onto your arm.
Get it. Let's get your arms under.
Roll it. That's it. That's it.
Right.
Yeah. Right. That's it.
I came to Poland hoping to beat my PB, which was £47, and I've done it. In fact, I've smashed it with a £60 mirror carp. Mulca's fish is the fish that everybody wants. It's absolutely immaculate and I'm absolutely buzzing. What a trip. And to do it with all your mate, I don't think it really gets much better than this. Woo! Go on, lads! Come on, Babby!
What a fish.
What a fish. Trakker, baby. This is what we do.
Well done, mate.
What a carp.
That's it, mate.
Yeah, good.
Nice.
That'd be a nice release there, Bones. If you come to the end here.
See you later, baby. You absolute hero.
Oh.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yes, Bones.
Come on!
He got it for free. That 16-pounder.
Hello, John. How may I help you?
Actually, Bones, it's more how I can help you.
I was wondering when you may turn up.
Well, you know, now I've been and dried myself off after we had our little cuddle in the lake. Mate,
Is that for me?
this might be for you. This wonderful piece of silverware
I've been looking forward to getting my hands on this.
that I've actually had to mend this afternoon is now, quite rightfully, yours, good sir, for that
Thank you very
quite
much.
incredible £60 linear
This is nice.
that you've just captured.
Let's hope I can hold it to the end of the week.
Absolutely, mate.
Still a long time to go,
You never know.
but it's got to be within the running, isn't it?
It's got to be in the running, but Bones, I hate to say it, mate. There's bigger
There's some
ones in
big
here.
bits. I
There's
know
bigger
there
ones
is.
in
I
here.
know there is. It's just nice to have it in my hand for a little while.
Good man.
Thank you, my friend.
Thoroughly deserve it after that one, mate.
Cheers, mate.
What an awesome creature.
Legend.
And the carp. Well in, mate. Right, I want to get out of here.
So this is the very first time I've ever fished from a boat, and there's a couple of things that I've managed to pick up along the way. I'm lucky enough that you've got guys like Jan, Thomas, that have done vast amount of boat work on lakes like this, that have given us little tips and stuff. But some of the things I've picked up on myself, first time I went out, I dropped the lead, hadn't got a spare lead in the boat, so I now carry a little boilie bag that's got spare leads, spare rig, spare pair of scissors, all little bits and bobs that I actually don't want to get a long way out, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, and I have to come all the way back in to get another lead. So that was one of the things that got me. When I first went out, the wind, trying to deal with the wind, it was, you know, no one tells you, they can just say, just go out in the boat. So I found keeping the nose into the wind always made it easier to go in a straight line. When you're coming over your spots and you're using an echo, I found it really good to just go past your spot, knowing which way the wind's blowing, and then let the wind gently drift you over your spot, so you're not using the motor over your spot and spooking any fish that are there. That's another little thing. Carrying spare poles for my atropias, so when I'm out there, the atropias stick bolt upright in the water, so you know where your spots are at night. Carrying spare poles for the prodding stick. I would say the prodding stick has definitely been the most useful tool I've had out here. The echoes are brilliant, but nothing comes close to being able to feel what's down there, and the spot I had my 60 off was a very smooth, hard spot that I found with the prodding stick, and what I've actually found is it almost drops off from 4.5, 5 foot straight into 8, 9 foot, and it's up on this high patch that I had the fish from, and I had a couple of other fish from as well, and I don't think I'd have found how clean that spot would have been without the prodding stick. I tried it with a lead and a half a spod rod just to get a good feel, but I didn't feel like I was really knowing what was there, and that's really added to it. Obviously a life jacket's a must. I got in the boat and got a few feet away from the bank once and realised I hadn't got it, and since then I've made sure my life jacket is there in front of me, and always the oars for just in case the battery runs out when you're out there. But of course on lakes like this you'd only end up drifting into someone else's swim. But yeah, some of the things that I've come across, as well as putting a old unhooking mat base in the bottom of the boat, because you're kneeling down quite a lot and your knees can start aching when you're wandering around trying to find that perfect spot to get that perfect fish from.
Well, good morning. It's Tuesday and the sun is shining, and well, what a trip this is already panning out to be for some of the lads. Obviously we got here Saturday, we did the draw, everybody's full of excitement and anticipation for what's going to happen, and I think it's already exceeded our expectations. I'm currently in peg 6 and obviously got set up on Saturday, pretty tired after a rather disturbed night's sleep on the Friday, and got all the kit together, out in the boat, had a look around, managed to get all the rigs in position, and to be fair for me, Saturday actually started really well. I had 2 fish on Saturday evening, a really long racing snake 35 6 mirror, which I followed up with I think a 28 pounder, probably about 2 hours after that. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. First Polish carp and an early birthday present. 35 pound and probably 6 ounces. Fantastic. So, you know, for me, I was up and running, and it didn't take long and there was a flurry of activity around the pond, and the trophy started to move. So I think it came to me, it went to Matt, it went to Ben and to Thomas. So yeah, there was just loads going on, and we just had that feeling, because this is the last week of September, it's always so consistent and reliable for throwing up big fish, and it's already happening. It's I think it's probably exceeded all of our expectations of what would happen. But for me, in peg 6, perhaps it's been a little bit quieter than some of the other guys. I think I'm on 4 fish now. You know, it's been fantastic, good sport, and my birthday celebrations on Sunday. What a brilliant day we had. The lads, yeah, they made a big effort. Birthday cake, a few beers, really good social, and yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. So for me at the moment, not a huge amount to report. I haven't got any fish captures to report this morning, but I think there's going to be more to come.
Goslawice Carp's obviously had a very hard day in his life at some point. Certainly cheered me up this afternoon. I think we're getting put back.
Right, boy, you're going to get flopped.
Big old warrior from my margin spot, which is turning into land of the 40s. I had a 43 last night, and I actually put it back because there was so much happening with all the big fish around the lake. Didn't want to keep it in the sling, and looks like karma's come back round, and I picked this guy up. 43 pound, absolute epic old warrior. I'm going to get him back and try and get some more. And I'm finally thawing out as well. It's lovely to have a bit of sunshine out.
Well, the night is drawing in, it's Tuesday, and the buzz and anticipation could not be bigger, especially after last night's success. This afternoon we all wound the rods in and we got treated to a really good experience. On site here is one of the biggest sturgeon farms, and we got to meet the owner and he took us around the site, and it really was an eye-opening experience to how they farm and produce the sturgeon. But we're back at the swim now. The only thing I'm going to be doing differently tonight when I get the rods out is trying to find something on the left-hand rod. It hasn't done me a bite yet, and I've been exploring that area and I just can't find anything. So all I'm going to do is try and find the deepest possible spot, something that's a little bit firmer, present a bait on there and see if that can nick me a bite, because it really is doing nothing at the moment. But if anything's going to happen tonight like it did last night, we're in for a real treat. We're really, really excited. That last night's still mind-blowing, really. To think that there's fish in here bigger than that always blows my mind, and if one of us can have one of them, it'll be a real special night. So fingers crossed another big one comes tonight. Okay, so my rigs on this session, they really couldn't be simpler. Now, one of the biggest things I get asked, or get asked quite a lot, is what you're going to do rig-wise when you go abroad. Now, for me, I don't change anything other than my hook size if I'm fishing a slightly larger water with bigger carp in, or it might be weedy. All I do is up the hook size. Other than that, the rig is exactly the same. It's a simple, knotless knot rig. The only thing I do differently is I have a soft hair, something like 6 or 8 pound braid, and then a 15 or 20 pound braid for the main section. I'm using a size 4 on this occasion. Normally I like to use a 6 or an 8 at home, and it really is as simple as that. I'm using a 15mm wafter. I'm tying a PVA tape section onto the hair just to trap it while it goes out there, and I'm just putting a little PVA bag on it, so I've got a little parcel of free offerings there, and then spreading a bit of bait over the top. So it really couldn't be simpler. It's strong, effective, and it will catch you fish anywhere.
What a That's a large carp.
A big boy. I've had this before.
Oh yes.
That's a mega fish, fella.
Let's get some photos.
Let's put a saddle on it.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Oh yes.
How big?
62 pounds.
Yeah, baby!
Wow! Yeah! Oh
Yeah.
Hey! Come on, Thomas.
Come on, baby!
Oh yeah!
Team Trakker, baby!
amazing feeling.
Yes! Deserve it.
Double.
Yeah!
Yeah, baby. Thank you.
Oh, Thomas! I've got something for you, buddy.
Good morning.
I yield to the legend.
That looks so nice, to be honest. Thank you very much.
Well deserved, man. Come on, get out here and give me a cuddle.
Yeah, will do. Yes. By the way, I think we have to sit down a little bit and talk about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It was epic night for seriously
Yeah, for
both of us.
For both of us, man.
And I think no one been expecting, to be honest. I wasn't either.
No,
I wasn't either
I didn't
expecting to have the bigger fish than you had, because it was just something amazing,
I
mate.
think the 7th coming out, mate. Don't
However, yeah, I think
have a drink. Celebrate.
Have a drink. Yeah, of course.
Come on then.
And to be honest, I was waiting for this moment for the whole night, mate. So
I'll
I
have
think
a bit of that with you.
we did deserve it.
Yeah.
You know, there is still plenty of time for the rest of the guys, but we're not gonna wait. Yeah.
No, I think I'm more than happy. Even if the trip ended now, I'm so happy to get a fish.
Me
like
too. Me too. To be honest, it's like incredible.
It's a great session, huh?
Yeah.
Just so many good fish. Such a great lake, and not only that, we're catching from all over the lake. It's not like they're huddled in one area. Which
Exactly.
is amazing.
Which is yeah, you totally opposite way.
Yeah.
And I'm on the other bank as well, which is about what 700, 800 meters away.
Yeah, I'm a long way away from you, a long way, and we're still all catching, which is really good.
So, congratulations to us both.
Pop it, baby. Come on.
Whoa, yes.
Oh, come on, man.
Let's have it.
Cheers. Cheers, man.
Thank you very much. And
Cheers.
yes,
In English and in Polish.
na zdrowie.
Na zdrowie. Cheers, brother. Oh, yeah.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
Let's hope for a few more now.
Let's go. We've got still plenty of time, and I think they are somewhere. And
Yeah, for sure.
weather's changing again.
Again, yeah.
It was quite a cold night, and yeah, tomorrow they reckon about over 15 degrees. So yeah, it should be good. It should be good.
Clubbing season, here we come.
Yeah. Club of 60. Who will expect that?
So far, half the week for me has been pretty successful in my eyes, especially for what I came here to accomplish. I obviously had that £60 fish, and it's an unbelievable linear that I think a lot of people who come here want to catch. I can't remember its Polish name, but it's what we know it as Mulker's fish. That's definitely the highlight so far. I haven't had a huge amount of fish. I'm quite hemmed in. I've got Adam opposite me and John to the right, and I can't really get left. I'm quite narrow here. But yeah, the week's going great for me. I had bites in the nights, the first couple of nights and stuff, but last night was my first night that was biteless. Temperature dropped massively. The water was flat calm when I woke up at 2:30, I had a liner. So I went to have a look, flat calm and freezing cold. So yeah, midweek for me is pretty good with the 60 under my belt, but I wouldn't mind a few more now. So my thoughts for bait this week were, obviously it's renowned as being a massive boilie water. Cygnet's are banned. But that's the only bait. So what I did is I bought a lot of good quality boilie with me. I bought a load of S7 and some Nutter S. And the reason I bought some Nutter S is because I bought a lot of chopped peanut and whole peanut. I cooked up the peanut on the bank as well as the chopped peanut, mixed in a little bit of peanut meal as well as some 12mm and 14mm boilie, mixed those in as well, baited the area, and my 60 came on a very simple multi-rig with a couple of 12mm boilies that I've soaked in a food liquid that you'd make boilies with, and then just topped it off with a little bit of white pop-up just to balance it up. And the rig was as simple as that, slightly longer than what I'd use in the UK, but you know, size 4 hook, and that's happy days, and that's what did me a 60. On my other baited spots, what I've done is I've gone with an all-out boilie approach. Now, a lot of people that turn up here all bring very big boilies, but with my background of match angling, I tend to use a lot of very small baits, in the fact that when you get the fish in the area, you want to keep them there. I also am a big fan of using a lot of liquids. I make up my own mixes on the bank. For this boilie mix, what I brought with me, I knew there was some crayfish in the lake, not huge amounts, but I knew they were here. So I bought some crayfish meal, I bought some krill liquid, some hydro wheat, and some pre-digested fish meal that I got from DNA. And what I do is I put it into a bucket and I add some boiling water and I cook it all up together, and then I do a mixture of boilies. So I've bought 8 millies that they all laughed at, saying that I was going to catch a lot of tench. I bought some 15s, some 18s and some 22s, as well as some dumbbells. So a great mix to keep the fish thinking. So once I've mixed all that together, I then pour the hot liquid all over the boilies and leave them to soak with a bit of chops. And that's my style of angling. I know a lot of the other guys are just going with a neat boilie approach, but I can't help myself. I have to fiddle, try and find something that really gets them going. I don't know if it's my area of the lake, because this end hasn't done as many fish as the wider end, the big end down there where the wind's blowing, which obviously hasn't, but I've had a 60 pounder, so as far as I'm concerned, it's worked for me. Right then, let's talk about how I pimp my baits. What I've got in the bucket is some 22mm boilies. Okay, now I'm going to go in European style, which is very different for me for my rest of the session, because I've done what I do in the UK, lots of small baits, bits and bobs, and it's gone really quiet for me the past couple of days. I haven't caught anything, but this is how I'm going to pimp the boilie. So I've got a few ingredients. I've got some hydro wheat. It's a liquid that's derived from wheat that's fermented, and what it is, it's super syrupy and heavy, and that's going to help get down to the bottom. So I'll add a little bit of that to my bucket. Next ingredient I'm going to add is some krill hydroslate. Now this is liquid krill, the worst smelling thing in the world, but fish love it. So I'm going to add a little bit of this to the mix. Then I've got 2 powdered ingredients here. This one's crayfish meal, which is ground up crayfish shell. Now there is a few crayfish in the lake, so I figured that a bit of shell's not going to go amiss. So add a little bit of that in there. And then the last one, no means the least, this is white pre-digested fish meal, which just creates a real good cloud in the water and can really attract the fish to the area. So I'm going to add that, try not to breathe it in because it's not the nicest smelling thing. Once I've got these ingredients in the bucket, I'm simply going to mix them around a bit. And in here I've got some boiling water, and I'm going to add the boiling water. What this will do is help dissolve the fish meal. It's also going to thin down the hydro wheat and the krill, and create me a pimping boilie soak. Now these boilies have been air drying, so a lot of the moisture's been taken out of them. And what's going to happen when I pour this hot water over them with these powders and these liquids in, hopefully the boilie's going to absorb it a little bit, and it's going to create a little bit more attraction around my hook bait. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to coat my boilies. Now I'm using a pure flow air dry system to air dry my boilies, but because there's gaps in it, I can pour the liquid over and it's going to seep through, coat all the boilies, but not let the boilies sit in the liquid too much. So I simply take my bucket and I very gently just pour the liquid all over them like that. It's nice and warm, so what that's also going to do is make it absorb a bit better. So once I've poured my liquid all over the boilies, you can see when I lift it up, the liquid's draining through, so the boilies aren't going to sit in that liquid and go too soft. I can leave that in there for the next couple of hours, and then what I'll do is I'll row out, find me spot, throw a few over it, and hopefully catch another banger.
Got this 42-pound 1 ounce common, which is my second and biggest common on the trip. Absolutely made up with this one. What a carp. And it's only 1 o'clock, so been getting bites up to about 5 o'clock for the last few days, so still got 4 hours left of the feeding period. And with the weather changing as it is, who knows, they might even stop down here and feed a bit longer today. So best get that rod back out. So what I normally do is run up to the marker, bait along the gully, and then spin the boat round and actually drop my rig on the way back. Because if you drop your rig first and then have to bait up, it can be quite difficult controlling where your line's going. And what I want to do is drop the rig and get the line coming straight back towards the swim and not, you know, wrapped up around anything. So it normally works quite well. Just spreading it in a nice big line all the way along the edge of the drop off. What I've done there as well, just as a little note, when I've dropped the rig, I've actually put it down twice. I've dropped it down quite steadily and then lifted it straight back up, and as long as it's clear, straight back down again, same spot, because there is a lot of siltweed and a lot of little bits and bobs on the bottom, so it will be quite easy to drop a rig straight on some of that, and that just ensures that you're fishing properly, that's all. And what I'm doing there as well, on my way back, I've got the rod out the back of the boat and my finger just on the lip of the spool, just to allow the line to slip out but keep it fairly tight, because you don't want a big bow in this kind of weather, which it'd be very easy to get.